This Bills team is gonna put them boys in the dirt. Hashtag mangle the Bengals, man.
I'm gonna take Doug P and them boys on the road and Arrowhead. What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. Today we're talking NFL divisional round playoffs. And before we get into this shit, as always, go down, like, and subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments of your favorite bet, someone you're rooting for. If you got something to tout it in the comments. But these are your hosts. I'm Paul. Pick 'em, win 'em, Concha. I got the blunt about to be sparked up. And who's with me?
Oh, it is I, Kev Waterboy Boy. Niggas wondering why I'm talking like this. Maybe it's because I'm wearing all blue and red, you feel me? And I've never been to Buffalo before, so I don't know how they talk, but they sound sophisticated. That's upstate New York. But hey, man, it's the card carrier Bills Mafia holder, Kev Waterboy Boy, man. And Paul, bro, we got to talk this motherfucking NFL divisional round, homie. And like, whew, it's you think it's this day snuck up on us. I swear, like it didn't hit me until I looked at the games this week, and I was like, "There's only 4 games." It was like that shit fuck you up for a second.
It's gonna be a four good games. This is the cream of the crop, the top of the top. These are the last man standing. Real quick before we jump into it, though, shout out these lighters I copped. Each one's a different game system.
Oh, that's fine.
This one is, I believe, a Game Boy Advance. There's another one. It's like a Nintendo. They're all retro game systems too, and they're kind of hard.
You got that online?
No, I was at the liquor store. I was cashing out. I always look behind the counter because they'll have little shooters that are normally $1 each, and they'll be running sales like 25 cents a shooter. So I'm like, oh, just throw me like 4 or 5, like $1 worth. Give me a code. And they'll do the same with lighters. They'll have lighters that are normally like $1 or $2, and they'll have them on sale for like 20 cents a pop. So these weren't on sale, but when I saw them lined up, like each one a different game system, I was like, just give me that whole front row.
Oh, that's fine.
It worked. The only thing I will say is a complaint is they don't have the thing to turn it down or up, so it's always on 100.
Ooh, that boy don't play. I like my shit on 100. We're not even gonna talk about the lighter scare I had earlier today. I almost had no lighter for the day, and I was tragic because I haven't left my house. But hey, man, I'm in all blue and red, Paul, dog. I'm over here, Buffalo Bills Mafia. I'm what is it? I should have checked how many miles away I am from Buffalo right now because I'm rooting for the Bills all the way from over here, man. But it's the divisional round, man. We only got 2 more weeks of football left. 3 if you count the motherfucking Pro Bowl. 2 if you're a real football fan. But, bro, what are you looking forward to this week? What game do you think you're really watching? Like,
I'm really looking forward to because like the Sunday I think has the better games with the Bills, Bengals, and Cowboys, 49ers. But what I'm really looking the most, I'm looking to really hope that my fucking betting streak in these playoffs extends into this week. I doubled up my normal average amount on bet for this week because I'm feeling it this week. I doubled up all my bets.
Ooh.
But the one game that stands out to me, and maybe it's just I've been a Jaguar homer, is the Chiefs and Jaguars. Because the Chiefs, they've shown that they can let teams stay in games, and the Jaguars have been a team all year where they've shown like if you let them stay in games, there's the very first week they played the Commanders, if I'm not wrong. Carson Wentz had his best game. He threw like 3 touchdowns, looked phenomenal. But then the Jaguars came back from like a crazy and then won the game. And then the Cowboys playing with their food. Then they throw the pick six. Jaguars win that game. Last week, Chargers couldn't get shit going. They come back so that's the game I really and Patrick Mahomes has. I mean, look how he made Russell Wilson and the Broncos look. The most 2 competitive games all year was against the Broncos. So like the Jaguars, I think can be a sneaky team, and I think at like a 9-point underdog, like people are disrespecting that defense, and I know Patrick Mahomes can turn it up. But also, like the Jags have scored points all year, so like you're saying that they're probably going to win like 40-10 or 30-10 with that kind of spread.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. You broke the fuck down that alley.
That one's the most like that's the first game we're gonna start on. I mean, I kind of gave my pre-talk already, so I'm gonna throw it your way. Out of that, or if you don't want to jump into that game immediately, you want to answer first. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm waiting for these Bills to what the commenter say? Hashtag mangle the Bengals, man. I'm rocking with Bills Mafia this week. It's gonna be cold over there, man. And this Bills team looked completely, utterly terrible on offense last week. I think they can figure it out. They still look good with their deep shots. And this Bengals team is. But this Bengals team didn't look too great that week either. So I'm just looking like this is going to be a redemption week for both of them. And it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I believe it's the highest over under. Oh no, second highest over under of the week.
So it might be a shootout in this motherfucker. But what game are we going to talk first?
Well, there's only four, so I'm just gonna go top to bottom. Saturday, the first game you'll get to watch is the first game we'll get to break down. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at home coming off their week one bye, not week one, but playoff bye against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who did the impossible last week and beat the Chargers. And you already heard what I said a little bit earlier, so I'm gonna let Kev take the realms of this one. But I'm just gonna float this question to you. It's a couple questions, Kev. Do you think the Jaguars are gonna have a repeat shit performance like they did early in that game? And then the other one is do you, or the Chiefs just the Chiefs and like do you just see them being like an unstoppable force?
Here's my thing about this game. I think the Chiefs, especially after missing a week, are going to start off slow. The Chiefs are known for playing with their food, but I think they're the food to be played with. I would really not be surprised if this game was 17-14 at halftime and the Jaguars were up. And the only reason why the Chiefs had 14 was because they had a 2-minute drill before because it was really 14. It would have been 14. It would have been 17-7 going into motherfucking halftime. So like I think you really see this game going like that, and I think that's when Patrick Mahomes turns it up. I think that's when Travis Kelce and Andy Reid they really start playing, or they really start since adapting and start getting this offense to cut through this defense. But I think Doug P's gonna have this team fired up and motivated to come out and starting strong. I think Trevor Lawrence isn't gonna make too many mistakes like he did last week, and it's gonna be a great fucking game. And I don't think a lot of people expect that. I think this would be like unless the Chiefs all the way turn it up and the Jaguars kind of put up a dead second half. But I really like this team to be. This Jaguars are a good pick at a 9-point spread. I really like this to be a 6-point, maybe a 4-point game.
Yeah, so I agree. This game to me is the most interesting because I want to place. So there's a bet out there, and I'm debating on taking it, and it's for the Jaguars to make the Super Bowl, and it plus 1,200. And the only reason why I'm willing, and there's another team who's in the same boat that I'm thinking about the same bet. And the only reason why I was thinking about taking that bet is because if the Jaguars can beat the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are the hardest team to beat in this. And so, like, if they make it past this round, when the game that I still think is very winnable, what are the Bills and the Bengals? I mean, I know the Bengals have beat them and the Bills have beat them, but the Chiefs are still the team to beat. I mean, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl last year, but the Chiefs, everyone they get the national attention. They got the stars. You know who they are. Andy Reid and them. Even though they didn't go to the Super Bowl last year, all year has been they're the team to beat. So I think if they could get past them, it's very like they could do it twice. I think so. That's an interesting bet. I didn't pull the trigger, so I'm not telling anyone to pull the trigger either. But this game's just so crazy to me. I'm a rock with the Chiefs because they're 7-1 at home. Andy Reid off a bye, Patrick Mahomes off a bye. But I will be taking the bet of the Jaguars +9.
Yeah, I would definitely take Jaguars +9. I mean, I would sprinkle a unit or two, nothing too crazy. See if I could triple up on that. But that is an interesting take because if you can beat an MVP Pat Mahomes, because that's my pick for MVP this year.
No sign.
But you can beat an MVP Pat Mahomes, and this defense, the way that they play, they can force Josh Allen to make all types of mistakes. And this Bengals O line is not stopping that D line. So if they could win this game, they would be the best pick for Super Bowl. And Doug P might do it again.
Just have that in your back pocket. That's what I'm telling you. Like if instead of taking the Jaguars money line at +200, take the Jaguars +1,200 to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just put in a couple units on it. Nothing crazy. But as of right now, I think MVP Pat Mahomes is gonna put on a performance, maybe a 4 touchdown game. Jared, and I think it's gonna be a lot of Jared McKinnon, a lot of Kadarius Toney, like a lot of running backs, slot backs, a lot of stuff in the slot to win this game.
So I have my couple prop bets for this game. It's two the same. It's Travis Kelce over 6.5 catches. It's backs against the wall. I think this game's gonna be closer, and that's just Pat Mahomes' guy, especially come playoff time. And then, especially if the game is close and they need something late, Travis Kelce could get 4 or 5 catches back to back on one drive.
Oh, for sure.
Then Travis Kelce over 81.5 receiving yards. Just kind of tagging those together. Like I think he's gonna get the targets, gonna get the looks, and like when playoff time rolls around, Brady had Gronk, Mahomes has Kelce.
That's facts.
Then jumping into the Saturday night game, divisional game, third time seeing each other all year. The Giants are going to Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles, to take on right now what everyone's saying the best team in NFL, NFC. 7-2 at home. How do you see it?
Dang, that's crazy. My eyeglass. I thought for some reason I thought the Eagles were going to play the Cowboys but this game is going to be Daniel Jones is going to get a lot of praise. He got a lot of praise for looking good last week, knocking off the Vikings, who a lot of people, me, thought was a good team, even though their defense was historically terrible. But the Eagles are rested. They're ready to fuck some shit up. They're not. I don't think they're looking too far ahead. I think they understand this is a game that they need to win, and they're gonna go fuck. They're gonna fuck them boys up. This defense is gonna come out electric. This offense is gonna be firing on all cylinders, and I don't think that you're gonna be able to tell that they took a week off. I think Jalen Hurts running the ball is gonna make a move. I mean, Saquon can. I think they'll put Saquon in the box. So I just think they're just gonna outpower them on everything except special teams. I feel like this Eagles team is really going to come out and send out a message like, yo, we're the best team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Giants look really good last week against the Vikings. I said it on the recap. Like this is the week I'm gonna cash in on everyone hyping up the Giants and everyone thinking the Giants have a shot and they're hot right now. And look what he just did to the Vikings, who are red hot all year. And like I said, they're just a perfect match, like a perfect matchup for them. This week, Eagles, CJ Johnson Garner's been healthy again. They got the three-headed dragon back going. Robert Quinn's healthy. Especially having a week off, like these people have an extra week to get even healthier. Lane Johnson said he has been a full participant in practice. He's going to be playing on the offensive tackle. Like the Eagles are the healthiest they've been since probably the beginning of the season. Even better because they got Robert Quinn now.
That's actually scary as fuck.
So this is the time to cash in, boys. Like add the Eagles to all the parlays that you want. Like I got them in my teaser. I'm not going to show the teaser until I get to the best bets, but they're definitely in that teaser right now. Like the Eagles are just my favorite team of the week right here. For this game, I have a couple bets, Kevin. I think you may agree with me on a couple of them. One of them is this at plus 350 odds, the Giants to have the least amount of points this week. And then at plus 350 odds, the Eagles to have the most points this week.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I put those in already to putting it out on the show. Didn't want to not have y'all have it, but yeah. So that's what should tell you what I think about this game. The Eagles might come out and I think may win like 38-10. Stamp.
Yeah. I think I would be half and half about that Eagles most points because I really think this Bills and Bengals game is going to be a shootout. That one of them boys might score 40.
That is on the potential.
But that's a really good pick. That's a really good, nice little bet. Like sprinkle a little.
Sprinkle a little bit. Hey, it's already been sprinkled. And I will say Giants are healthier also. I will point that out. They do now. Dexter Lawrence has been probably the best defensive tackle all year outside of Aaron Donald, even though Aaron Donald didn't play the full year. But he's just been a beast. Dory Jackson, you saw what he did to Justin Jefferson. The Giants fans were loud saying, "Watch what he does. He's back for the playoffs." I didn't believe it. I saw what he did to Justin Jefferson. Dory Jackson's legit. So they do have a good. They're healthy too. I won't count them out, but I don't believe in this Giants team as much as I believe in this Eagles team.
I'm mad we don't have enough Giants fans in the comments, man. I'm trying to argue with some belligerently drunk Giants fans. I'm not
I
gonna
argue with a Giant fan daily in Lonnie every single day. Me and him go back and forth.
lie.
He was arguing with me on Twitter earlier today, actually.
what,
All I
what y'all
said was I am being unbiased as possible in what I'm saying about the Eagles are going to whip some ass. But those are the two bets. I do have some props. One is AJ Brown under 74.5 receiving yards. Dory Jackson, I'm gonna give him the credit where it's due. I'm putting the money on you, my man. That's how much I'm believing in you. I think he's gonna have AJ Brown not in a box, but 50 yards.
It's just because Devontae Smith gonna be open. Devontae Smith gonna have two,
So
three
I
touchdowns.
co-signed that with Devontae Smith over 66.5 receiving yards. See, I'm playing a certain game script right now. All right, the game's already happened in my head. I've already seen the outcome. So those are my two props there. We're both riding the Eagles. Now let's get into the bread and butter, Kev. The Sunday games, 3 o'clock. The Bills hosting the Bengals, 7-1 at home. Bills are 6-3 in away. Doesn't matter. But this was controversial because this was one of the games where the Bengals maybe would have had home field advantage, but now they're going to Buffalo in the cold. For what is it? 33 degrees. It says the game day. Gonna be kind of chilly there, and that home field will be rocking. So, Kev, I'm throwing it up to you. This is your game right here. Talk your shit. Let me hear it.
You see this, man? This is a special collector's edition of Rolling Stone for the Grateful Dead, right?
That is fire. I've been peeping that.
Yeah, man. What's it called? You can have it because I'm not gonna read this. I just have it for our own stuff. But this Bills team is gonna put them boys in the dirt. I mean, the Bengals are a great team. They're hot. They're lit for sure. And I think if they had played that game in the regular season, the Bengals would have won. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of agree.
That this Bills team is motivated. This Bills team knows that they have to correct some mistakes, especially if they want to go in there and beat the Chiefs next week. Like what? You can't be fucking up like that, Josh Allen against Pat. You see, they didn't even let you get on the field last year. So this Bills team is gonna come in very technically sound. I feel like. I really feel like they're gonna play smart. They might not go too crazy over the top, but they will get those over the top routes. Try to hit Stephon Diggs over the middle. Dawson Knox has been a baller recently. He's been scoring in the red zone.
Cooking.
So that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, you can never count out Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, DeMar Chase, Tyler Boyd. What's their Hayden Hurst? Who's their
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst.
Irwin, who was beating.
Yeah, like Irwin. But they are missing two starters on the O line, which we never really looked at them for having a good O line, so we don't really notice when somebody is there or isn't there. But that's gonna come crucial on third down when you got them boys blitzing. And Von Miller's done for the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, Von Miller's definitely done.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
Mar Hamlin may be back though.
Oh,
all signs are pointing towards him probably being in the game, possibly.
Oh, that's lit. So yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I think T. Higgins probably hasn't played too well since that. So I hope he does have a good game this game because like you're a great player, man. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but that's also I feel like how T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Sometimes they'll have a game where they're kind of not doing nothing, but then they'll follow up that game with like 148 yards and 2 touchdowns type shit. Like they sometimes they're just not there in one game, or it's just not there in coverage, whatever it is. You could take one away, but eventually the other one's gonna eat.
Well, one of them was just crazy hot because I swear whenever Boyd is hot, nobody else eats except him and Joe Mixon.
Boyd would get the touchdown. I'd be like he's one of the favorite red zone targets. I feel like because Boyd, I feel like I see his name on the red zone every week at this point now.
Not dead ass.
But I'm gonna go the other way. I think the Bengals got it on the road. They're coming in with a chip on their shoulder here. They they feel like they got wronged in the seeding of everything. Even their coaches in that same mentality. So the coaches in there like they fucking took that away from y'all. They fucking took that from you. You're gonna go over there and let them do it, or you're gonna go in their house and kick their fucking door in. And
I
I
feel
get
like he said it. Zach Taylor said it just like that too. Same tone and all. Like I feel like he don't get loud. I feel like he'd like listen to the words that I'm saying.
yeah, like so that's the thing I think they're coming in on. I know they're missing two offensive tackles, one on each side is gonna be out, and they don't have old boy that they traded. They're down three starters really, and but the Miami Dolphins were down a starter and two other offensive linemen with a third string quarterback in, and I felt like Skyler was hitting some people and they're getting dropped, and I just feel like if they weren't creating the crazy pressure that I feel like they should have been making if with all the injuries on the O line with a rookie quarterback in their home last week, and I just think the Bengals with Joe Burrow is a lot. Him being on the field alone, he's a lot better, and the rest of the team's a lot better. And so I'm going with this is my one dog right here I really like, and I'm taking the Bengals. Definitely smashing the plus 5.5 because this is a field goal game. I feel like
Yeah, definitely. I respect
three
it.
of their four losses this year has came from a field goal or less.
Damn, that's fine. But I respect it. I mean, it just comes down to do the Bills see the error in their way? Do they see that like, okay, we are a great team. We are the team of destiny, but we be fucking up. Can they understand that? And can they fix that? Can that be coached? Because that's what it comes down to.
And I feel like, yeah, Josh Allen had interceptions last week. I don't think he's gonna have two, but I do expect one because I think he's gonna be close and he's gonna try to force something into a tight window that's not there. But the fumbles, I feel like, is a big issue that no one really talks about. He fumbled 16 times this season, I think.
Yeah, and then like what? Only like maybe 5 or 6 of them got recovered, so nobody said nothing.
Yeah, so like he fumbles, and then the rookie James Cook, I haven't seen him fumble since week one. No, was it week one? Whenever he first got his first touch, it was a fumble.
It was the first play. It was like in the first drive too.
So I don't think he's fumbled since. So he's been fine, but I think Himes had a fumbling issue. Like they're um not Himes, Singletary's had a fumbling issue. So I just think and this is throughout the season. I'm not talking about last week. So I'm just like they find a way to give the team the ball. So that's why I'm also taking the Bengals. You cannot give up the ball, give up possessions against the Bengals. They'll cash in.
Dead ass.
Next game, final game, Sunday night football. The 49ers are at home hosting the Dallas Cowboys 12-5 against 13-4. 49ers are 8-1 at home. Cowboys are 4-4 on away games. 49ers are favored by 4 points here. It was, I believe, 3 when it started, but it's moved up to 4.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have took it if it was 7. I don't see this game being close. I think the
Really?
Cow. I don't. I think Brock Purdy looked like a stud last week. I don't expect him to drop another 38. I think that's the Eagles' shot this week. But this is another team that has to make a statement like, yo, fuck the Eagles. We're the best team in the league. And this team hasn't looked back since they lost to the Falcons in like week like 6 or something. Like they've been hot. And I do not see this Dallas team that makes a lot of Dak who makes a lot of mistakes just find his way a way to one up on this 49ers defense. I think it's not only going to be Dak's fault. I think the ensemble's going to make mistakes. Maybe CeeDee Lamb gets a drop or two. Maybe Noah Brown gets a fumble. Maybe Zeke doesn't eat. Maybe Tony Pollard gets caught instead of those and those on those plays where he gets loose in the backfield. Nah, I think he might get caught. Or when he's out in the flats, they might be right there for him. Motherfucking. And they might blitz Joey. Is it Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa on this team?
Nick,
Nick might blow past these motherfucking O linemen and figure out a way to get back there. And maybe their O line figured out a way to slow down DeMarcus Lawrence, chip Micah Parsons. So there's a lot of ways I feel like to stop this Cowboys team. And the Cowboys are only great when everything is working, not just one or two things.
yeah, the run game of Pollard and Zeke, it's gonna be a hard day against that 49ers front seven. But I could see them winning this game, like because the secondary is beatable. It's CeeDee Lamb is a guy that can do it. But do I trust them or do I trust the 49ers, who's been kind of tried and tested, done it every single week? I haven't really seen no real flaws, really. Like every week they're scoring points.
Right. I went on my way not to bring up Christian McCaffrey. Like, this 49ers team is balling, man.
I'm gonna co-sign the 49ers because I just think they're also the best team in NFC as a whole. There's a world where I could see Dak putting on the same performance he put on last week, and it's a shootout. But the 49ers defense has just been so it, on every side of the ball, they've looked the best. They can run it, they can throw it, and they can play the best defense in all of NFL.
What about Meow? You think he's gonna make the field goals this week?
Maher, I think he does. It's hard to read, especially it's gonna be like 60 degrees in San Francisco. It's gonna be nice weather.
Hey, man, shout out my dog Christina, man. We appreciate you for watching, man. And man, you said man, I took the curse, man, but I'm here to tell you that Christian McCaffrey brought it right back for y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you, but hey, all up.
All love. And then I have three props for this game. Christian McCaffrey scored a touchdown. Dak Prescott to throw an interception.
That's a good every week I really cash
it. And this one's not a prop, but at plus 450 odds right now. You probably get it at 500 on other places, 600. 49ers to win the Super Bowl. I put it in, and then I co-signed that with at plus 800 odds. Brock Purdy to be named Super Bowl MVP.
Imagine if you had put that bet in the week that Jimmy G got hurt.
Oh, it would have been like 100 to 1, like maybe plus 100,000 type shit.
Oh
But I can see the storyline already being written, like from Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl MVP, and it's like him on the front page with him hosting the trophy.
And imagine if he continues to get better and they try to point him as like, yo, from irrelevant to the walking in the legacy of Joe Montana, like, bro, that'd be crazy.
Everyone thinks they're gonna be the next Tom Brady, all that stuff, but he legitimately has the story that can rival the next Tom Brady if he really does this shit for like 20 years. Like no one else is literally like one of the last picks, like how Brady was, like in the like what was he, 7th round or some shit, 6th round.
Yeah, he was late. But the thing about it is
198. That's all I know. He was the pick 198 or 199.
And nobody's gonna give credit because the credit has to go to this run to Kyle Shanahan. I think like this is crazy.
Bill and Brady all over again.
Like this is crazy how Kyle Shanahan is making him look, because he does look good. He doesn't make mistakes. And he does know how to turn up. But Kyle Shanahan is scheming up the offense. The offenses he be cooking up for this kid. Like it's crazy.
I'm telling you, we got a Bill and Brady situation potentially brewing all over again in the 49ers.
But like I said, man, it's going to be a 49ers Bills Super Bowl. So we'll see what goes down.
So we're both riding with the boys, the 49ers. And just like last week, Kev, you want to pick well, you can't pick a dog because you rode with all favorites, but
I'll take a dog. Let me throw a dog in the mix. I'll pick a dog. Let me guess, you got Jacksonville?
No, I picked the Bengals actually. So because I already have, like, I actually picked them in the pick, so I'm gonna ride with the Bengals.
So I got the Jacksonville as my dog. Yeah, for my lock, can I just pick anyone since there's motherfucking?
Yeah, I mean technically, because two of the half the spreads are over 7 technically. So yeah.
So and when the lowest spread is
5.5. Oh no, 4, which is the 49ers.
The 49ers are the lowest spread.
Yeah, and they're also the low. I forgot to put this bet out at plus 850. 49ers Cowboys being the highest scoring game. They had the lowest amount of odds. They were projected to be the least scoring game this week.
Wow, defense! It is this game. Is that what I'm hearing? They saying Brock Purdy's only gonna run. He's only gonna throw for 183.
Hey, in ESPN, my dad told me ESPN. He was watching ESPN yesterday, and it had the FPI, like the probability of whatever team will win the game. Cowboys 52% probability. That's what the robots is saying. That's what AI says. That's AI's pick.
I mean, Dan Quinn is cool, but I don't know if he got the defense to really stop the boys like that. But I'm gonna take the Bills as my lock. Dang, I kind of want to take the 49ers though. Dang,
Hey, they sitting there, Kev.
That's a fun lock.
I'm gonna take the Eagles just because how hard I rode them this week.
I'm gonna take the 49ers as my lock then, because they definitely did play way better than the Bills did last week.
All right, so I'm taking the Eagles and the Bengals, and you're taking the 49ers and the Jags.
Who did the Niners play last week?
They beat the shit out of the Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
They cashed the highest scoring team of the week for me. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
So we're locking up. Okay, we're going back to back Jaggies pick. You had them last week. It was a good pick.
Hey, come on, man. Niggas don't remember when we was rooting for them back in the 214 season.
I know the sports gambling podcast has the saying, "Gods hate Jags." It was always like, God hates Jags, but us. We have always rooted for them boys.
I'm telling you, man. I bet you bet on them boys this year. You made a lot of money.
And then I have one teaser to throw out for the game, and it is Eagles -1.5, teased it down 6, and Bengals plus 11.5.
Nice.
Together, -120. Go cash that with me. My bet's already placed.
Go get a bag.
I can't wait, bro. Do I want to switch my pick to the Jaguars before we head out? Am I willing to take a loss on the playoff record to really show some support for these boys?
Oh, you see, I took him as a dog. Yeah, at least I had to dog him.
You dogged them?
I at least had to dog him one time, especially on the road. I'm a dog him.
See, I don't want to go back because I really want to go like Jaggies, Eagles, Bengals, Cowboys, and really go crazy with it.
Oh my
god! But I feel like that would really be that. That would be the week I go like 1-3, and then I can't catch up afterward. I'm buried.
Oh no! Decisions. The Porsche or the Range.
Oh, because people call me crazy for picking the Jaggies last week and the Giants last week. Like, how many dogs do I really think is gonna win here? What dog really has a shot in this race? I'm gonna hold true to the 49ers, but I'm gonna go with Dougie P and them boys. At home. Fuck. No, I'm gonna take Doug P and them boys on the road and Arrowhead to take care of business again.
I gotta smoke on that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I'm kind of scared because it's easy when we both are rooting for them boys, but when one of us is rooting for them, they usually win. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They need that. They need that extra motivation. I know, made me drive up there. But Kev, let's put a wrap on the division.
So, babe, if you didn't know, we don't mind telling you again, you bitch, that this has been a Totally Blitz podcast, man. We just give you the NFL divisional round, playoff rounds. And Paul gave you at least 20 bets. Go ahead and cash in. We're making a lot of money this season. Made a lot of money last season. We're gonna make a lot of money next season. So stop lacking. What you want? 10-1 last week, Paul?
10-1, and that's not just picks. I'm talking plus 650, plus 800, plus 350, plus 270. I'm putting out plus odds right now, bro.
Consistently, man. Go ahead and get your bread up, man. But we don't mind telling you one more time that this has been a Totally Blitz podcast. My name's Kevin Waterboy Savoy. I'm out here rocking with the Bills Mafia. That's Paul Pick'em Wyndham Concha. He's gonna be a Bengal that gets mangled. And we gonna catch you at the recap, man. But don't forget, football Saturday, football Sunday, but every day, use a bit. I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting.
say, all I say is true.